What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and this is the third video in my Quentin Tarantino series. This time we will be covering Jackie Brown. This is another movie that has an all-star cast including Samuel L. Jackson, Pam Grier, Robert De Niro, and more. This movie centers around a woman named Jackie Brown who is an air stewardess who becomes involved in the middle between a arms dealer and the police as she is trying to also steal money from the arms dealer. It's like this game of cat and mouse going on between the police trying to catch Samuel L. Jackson's character because of how many guns he's sold to notorious gangsters. I gotta be honest, this isn't a great film. This is my least favorite out of all the Tarantino movies that I've seen so far. I just felt like a lot of this movie just had way too much filler, and a lot of it came with the dialogue. And that's one thing that I love about Tarantino. He does dialogue so well. Pulp Fiction was a great example of that. The movie's 2.5 hours long, but it felt fully realized, fully fleshed out, and the dialogue between the characters was interesting. As opposed to this movie, I just found myself to be really bored, especially the first half of this film. It's a drag trying to get through the first half of this movie because it drags on. And that's the one thing that I will say about this film is I hated the first half of this movie. I didn't care really about any of these characters. I felt zero connection with any of them. And there's just a lot of moments in the film where it just feels like characters have conversations that have nothing to do with the actual plot, moving the narrative forward, moving the needle forward. I don't want films to be like that because to me, I feel like sometimes Tarantino just wants a movie to be 2.5 hours long because that's his signature mark, is that he always has these really long, really drawn out films. But it didn't fit Jackie Brown. This movie could have definitely been shortened by a large margin. The characters, Jackie Brown's not the most iconic character for me when it comes to Tarantino films. I did like Pam Grier. I thought she did a great job in the role. I just wasn't a fan of this story, and I just didn't care at all. This movie also sets up a lot of confrontations between characters that we never get to see. They've been teasing these confrontations, and you just don't get that in this film. With Tarantino, his signature thing is he has a lot of profanity, a lot of violence, and the movie definitely upped the profanity, but definitely downed the violence. That's okay, but to me, I wish there was a little bit more conflict, a little bit more confrontation. For example, Samuel L. Jackson's character at the beginning of the film is the type of guy who doesn't take crap at all. He does not take no for an answer, and if you cross him, you will pay with your life. And it's like Jackie Brown can cross him so many times, and the guy just doesn't care. It's like he changes all of a sudden out of nowhere. And so to me, the characters didn't really feel fully realized. They didn't feel authentic to me. It just kind of felt like Tarantino tried to drag the movie in the first hour, and then he's like, oh, you know what? We got to speed it up a little bit. I got to tell the story. I can't have it be super long, so I'm going to, just kind of forward the needle. To me, it goes from this movie being like a 4 at the start, where it's like, the pace is roughly slow, to at the end where it's like a 12 because they're like, we got to crank it up, we got to just kind of turn this thing out. It doesn't feel balanced. And that's what I want my films to be, is balanced. I think the best part of this movie had to have been Robert De Niro. I really loved what Robert De Niro brought to this film. And I love the relationship that he has with a character in particular named Melanie. I don't know the actress's name who played her, but I loved their chemistry on screen. I loved when they were together in scenes because she is a character who drives Robert De Niro absolutely nuts, and I did like that a lot. I like that Robert De Niro was the type of guy who was kind of wishy-washy. You didn't understand where he stood, and he just got out of prison, and he has these problems with doing things a certain way and being patient. He wants things done now and right there and then. So I thought Robert De Niro was the standout of this film. But other than that, guys, this movie, pretty average. I just didn't really like it. I actually fell asleep through the first hour when I was trying to watch it. It just kept losing my attention. And overall, Jackie Brown is an okay film. Tarantino continues that visual style, continues that kind of gangster flick that he's had with the first 3 films. But it's just a little too long in my opinion. Anyway, guys, what did you think of Jackie Brown? Let me know down below in the comments section. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. My next Tarantino review is going to be on Kill Bill, and I'm looking forward to that very much. That'll be out sometime next week. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching as always. I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.